Yeah. Let's go ahead and move into my main topic.
Okay.
So, my main topic today, I want to talk to you guys and ask you, because I'm guilty of it, to please stop using Tab. Stop using Tab to learn songs.
I'm just gonna walk away now.
Yeah. I, I think it's going to be a huge benefit to your playing and to your ear. I'm not saying if you've got a gig in 2 weeks and you've got to learn 15 or 20 or 40 songs, go use some Tab.
Okay.
Do whatever you
All right,
got to do.
cool.
I completely understand that. But if you're jamming at the house and just want to pick up a song or you hear a song you really like the sound of, start learning it by ear. That's how I used to do it years ago. We would get those Guitar World magazines and we would, maybe one song or two songs if you're really lucky out of the 5 or 6 songs that was in that magazine.
You were excited.
You were excited about. All the other ones you didn't give a crap about.
Yeah.
So every once in a while you got a song in Tab that was pretty good. And back then, back in the olden days, the internet wasn't very good for Tab. Nothing was reliable.
Even chords were terrible. Isn't that sad that they couldn't even figure out chords?
So bad. And then I would play it and I'd be like, no, that's not right. And I ended up having to learn half the song by ear anyway.
Right.
So, and then, prior to that, I was learning by ear before that anyway. So rewind, and play again. So I think that today it's easy for guitar players to get into the habit of just pulling up the tab for whatever song they want to learn, and they're not flexing those ear muscles. I don't mean literally, but they're not using their ears as much.
I get it. Yeah, I think it's definitely easy to do. Like if you're practicing and you're like, okay, I got a 30-minute time limit, let me go to Tab real quick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if you're really trying to make the most out of your playing, your knowledge of the instrument, you really should stop using Tab.
But yeah, it's hard to not pull up Tab sometimes because you've only got 30 minutes. You've only got an hour to play or whatever. And you're wanting to practice and learn some new songs or pick up something you've got to work on for a week or two from now. And it's easy to just pull up the tabs on ultimateguitar.com or pull up the chords on whatever website. But they're usually wrong. Right? I mean, let's be honest. Even if you're paying for a subscription to some of these places that are supposedly, authenticated Tab, you're usually not right. And then B, you're not stretching that muscle and working on that muscle. I think the ear training is so important for musicians in general.
Just to find the fretboard and the notes that you want to choose.
Right.
That's the biggest learning tool, is to find the notes yourself instead of just having it shown to you.
Yeah. And then you get in live snares and start to play, you start to play a solo or you start to play something. If you're hearing those notes, you can find them a lot easier if you've been practicing by ear and you know what you're kind of searching for, where things are going. I think it's just important. We realize it's not something you can do all the time and that everyone
Not something
can
I
do.
can do all the time.
No, I certainly sometimes I get stuck too. And I'm just like, gosh, dang it. And I break down and I'll look up the tab. And if I'm playing a show in 2 weeks and I've got to learn 10 songs, I'm going to pull up the tab. I just don't have time to learn all those songs by ear and pick out all the lead lines. And
Not
things.
with a normal day job, too.
No, not with a full-time job. So for me, it's when I can do it, but when it's available to me, I'm definitely going to not pull up the tab. I'm just going to try to learn it by ear.
Yeah, makes sense.
Now,